Alright, we got another NU battle here with the same team. This one is against Charzy12, and same matchup as the last match, Shadow Queen versus Gligar. I stay in, I go for the Earthquake. I'm not sure what he wants to do. I know I'm faster, so I'll hit it first. I didn't think it would pack an ice move, I don't know. I expected him to Stealth Rock or Taunt or something like that, and he does go for the Taunt. So I'm going to stay in and go for the Earthquake to try to kill it, but he switches to Magnesium, and it's barely going to damage it. So now I have to switch. I know whatever I switch to is going to get seeded, and I'm thinking of what to switch to. I can go to Haunter to Sludge Bomb him, or I can go to Espeon to Signal Beam him. I end up choosing to go to Espeon, and he gets seeds on me. And I don't remember what I was thinking at the time, but I guess I wanted seeds off, so I switched to Haunter to try to get Sludge Bomb. And he uses Light Screen to raise his team's special defense. So that's going to make me do a lot less damage. And I expected him to use Status or something, so I threw up a sub. But he ends up just switching to Licky Licky, the fucking ugliest Pokemon I've ever seen in my life. Maybe outside of Bidoof. So I hit it with the Sludge Bomb. That's the most damaging move Haunter has to hit it with, and it barely does anything because of the light screen. So he breaks my sub. I have to switch to Walrein. I figure I want to get Toxic on this thing, and he's not really going to hurt Walrein too much. Oh yeah, I also switched to him because I knew I would resist the Ice Beam. So I land Toxic on him. Leftovers healed the Ice Beam damage. And he hits me with the return, which does just about half. Light Screen finally wears off, so that will make killing his team a little easier. And he takes poison damage, and I think I saw a Life Orb. So he switches to Hypno on the turn that I protect to try to get lefties and Toxic going on. So I guess that was a waste of return. And I switched to Gligar to avoid the T-Wave, that's right. And if he wanted to Toxic, I have a Lumberry anyway. So I take this time to set up Stealth Rock. We're both doing some switching. I want to have an advantage. And he uses Reflect this time to raise defense. So I know Earthquake's not going to do much. So I just go with Toxic to Toxic this thing. And he goes for a Wish. Now, I didn't want Nidoqueen to come in and get healed. So I just flat out went for the Earthquake. And even though he has Reflect up, it's really, really low, and it's going to hit it for super effective, and it's going to kill it. So, nothing ends up getting healed by the Wish. That was a waste of a Wish. And fucking Licky Licky comes back. So, I didn't actually expect him. I take that back. I did expect him to go for the Ice Beam. And I go to Walrein, and he ends up going with Fire Blast. I don't know why. But, Walrein has thick fat and good special defense, so it barely even touches it. And he takes Toxic damage. And he switches out and brings in Glaceon. So, great. I'm not going to be able to... Oh, I protected on that turn too. I'm not going to be able to do anything to Glaceon outside of maybe hitting it with Toxic. All I have on this guy is Surf. So, I switch out. I go to Haunter. And he uses Fake Tears to lower my special defense. Not like it really matters. Haunter is pretty frail. And my thought process here was to hit it with Hidden Power Ground, because I thought it would be super effective. But as I picked it, I realized, wait, Ice hits ground for super effective, not the other way around. So that was kind of stupid. I wasted my Haunter. And I should have just stayed in and got Toxic on this thing. I don't remember why I switched the Walrein out. I don't remember what I was afraid of. I don't know. I didn't think about that. So I bring in Triforce. I go for the Flash Cannon. I didn't want like Magnesium to come into a T-Bolt and resist it. So it ends up actually killing him. And now he brings in Pinsir. He obviously doesn't know that my Magneton is scarfed. And I just stay in and hit it with the Flash Cannon. He probably thought that he would scare me away with the close combat because he takes the turn to set up Swords Dance. So that ends up screwing him. If he switches now, Stealth Rock is going to kill him next time he switches back in. So I just stay in and continue to flash cannon. And the Scarf Magneton is really sweet. It was the MVP of this time more than once. Of this team, I mean. Magnesium comes in. I don't really want to switch out and get seated or have him use status or set up the screen. So I stay into attack. Doesn't even get it down to half. And he uses aromatherapy, which fucking sucks. Because I had Toxic on like 2 or 3 of his guys. 2. So I'm going to keep flash cannoning. And he sets up a light screen. I probably know another flash cannon won't kill it, but at the same time, I don't want anything to get seated. So I stay in, I go for it. Who knows? It's been like 5 flash cannons. Maybe I'll get a crit, but I don't. And he sees me like I thought he would. This is annoying. This fucking Meganium is taking forever to kill. So now I have to switch out. I don't remember if I go to... Oh yeah, I go to Espeon. I wanted to hit it with the Signal Beam, but he ends up going to Hypno, who is also going to be weak to the Signal Beam. So that was pretty good. I think here, I thought that he would T-Wave me or Toxic or something, so I set up a sub, and he just ends up going with the Seismic Toss, which is obviously going to break the sub. So now I'm thinking, alright, now he has to go for the status. He's not going to expect me to go for another sub. So I actually do go for another sub. Which you're about to see in a second. Yeah, I actually do go for another sub. I thought, there's no way he would think I would go for another sub. Maybe he'll throw up another status. But he ends up just Seismic Tossing, which is going to break the sub. So I'm looking at my hit points. I know it's going to take two more Seismic Tosses to kill me. And his light screen just wore off, so I can actually hit it for some damage now. And I try to get a Calm Mind in before I take 2 Seismic Tosses, because I know Hypno is weak to Signal Beam, and Magnesium is weak to Signal Beam, and Licky is really weak actually, and they're all slower than Espeon, so I thought I would try to go for a sweep. But even after a Calm Mind, Signal Beam doesn't even do half to it. So this time, sure as hell, he hits me with the status instead of going for the T-Wave. And wow, that would happen. So Synchronize gets him paralyzed too. Leftovers. I think I'm just gonna stay in and keep Signal Beaming. At this point, I just want to get him as low as I can. Even Magneton would sweep the rest of his team if I brought him in. So Signal Beam gets him really low. I actually confuse him, and even through Parafusion, he still gets a Wish off. But whatever. It's not that bad. I know one more Signal Beam will kill it, and I know I'm faster. It just falls down to whether I get paralyzed or not, and I end up not getting paralyzed. So I'm gonna hit it. I kill it, and that's another wish that doesn't come true. They should have let the wish heal Espeon. So he brings in Licky, the fucking ugliest Pokemon, and he's just gonna go for a return, which, yeah, it's gonna kill me. And he ends up killing himself from Life Orb recoil. What a dumbass. Not the trainer, the Pokemon. I hate Licky. So I know all he has left is Magnesium, and it's pretty weak, so I bring in Magneton to go out with a bang. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I got one more NU battle to upload, and then I got some more OU shit. Stay tuned.